OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 presents high school football. From first down to touchdown, every big play, you'll hear it live. Feel the victory. The path to a state title is here. The high school game of the week, right here on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3.
Good evening, football fans of Oklahoma. Welcome to the high school game of the week previews championship game broadcast, sponsored by SSM Health and Metro Technology Centers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally here. It's Friday night, and it's football season, and I'm really excited about it. I'm your host and play-by-play announcer, Jay Swick, along with tonight's color commentator, none other than James Knox. And we're broadcasting this year's preview championship game between John Marshall and Southeast Oklahoma City here at historic Taft Stadium. Now, for those that are unaware, this is a really unique, cool event that Oklahoma City school districts have done for many, many years, and they allow their high school football programs to pretty much scrimmage each other in a round-robin tournament called the Previews. And, of course, they do this to get the teams ready for the upcoming football season. It's a great way to get into football shape, mimic real-life game situations, work on fundamentals, and they get to do it against different teams other than themselves to prepare for the upcoming season, which, in fact, starts next week. Now, of course, this tournament on paper is a scrimmage. You know, none of the wins or losses go on record, but trust me, bragging rights are at stake. And for the next week going into the season, the winner of tonight's championship game will be talked about, will be posted about. It will be the talk of the town leading into the season. I want to thank you for tuning into tonight's broadcast. It's going to be a fun broadcast. And for the record, this is the pregame show sponsored by Communication Federal Credit Union. Communication Federal Credit Union has branches all over Oklahoma, and they're committed to giving you the best overall value of financial products and services available. Become a member today at Communication Federal Credit Union. Now, I want to bring in our other commentator for tonight, for tonight's broadcast, Mr. James Knox. James, first of all, welcome. You know, I heard you on air a little bit ago on CBS Sports 105.3, and then boom, now you're in the booth here at historic Taft Stadium. They've got you busy, man.
It's been a long day. Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here, man. We're actually about to snap to football now, so I won't talk too long, but I appreciate the warm welcome and the ability to talk a little football with you today.
Absolutely, and normally we would have a bigger pregame show, but, man, the play has already started. In fact, John Marshall's going to start on offense, and they are led by their quarterback, Kane Donovan. He's returning starter from last season, and he's got a fleet of receivers to throw to. Yet again, we all know that John Marshall kind of has an air raid offense, and they do a really good job at putting points on the board. Now, they've got a shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers split, 2 on each side, 1 running back. Ball is snapped. Donovan's looking to throw, and he throws it deep. He almost intercepted by a Southeast defensive back, and he dropped that. It hit him right in the hands. Unbelievable play by the defense there.
Well, you were talking about how they are air raid offense, and they've not wasted any time going straight down the field. Both those passes are right there, those just previously were over 20 yards. A little overthrown the first one, and that second one was a little underthrown. Should have been an intercepted.
Head coach Jeff Horrocks of John Marshall loves to throw the football, and it's another shotgun play. A middle screen, actually, and it's complete. He gets to the 40, 45, trying to get down. Then he's finally tackled at the 42-yard line. That's going to be a first down, John Marshall. Now, because this is a little bit different than a regular season game, you know, each half is 15 minutes long, and they just go until halftime. It's a running clock. Now, I take that back. They will start stopping the clock with a minute left. Shotgun formation, 4 receivers set. They're handing off, draw up the middle, and it is totally blown up by the Southeast defense. Number 4 for Southeast really looked to blitz up the middle and hit the running back for a loss of downs. It's going to be really close, James. I think it's going to be 4th and maybe 12.
Well, they got a first down on the screenplay there, but that draw, they lost about 5 yards right there. So they're
shotgun formation, 4 receivers set, 3 to the wide side of the field. Ball is snapped. Donovan's looking to throw and does. Hits the receiver over the middle of the field. He's trying to find a lane. He gets a first down, and the ball's going to be marked at the Southeast
That'd be 42.
42-yard line. And this is a quick pace. There's no huddle offense. Ball is snapped. They're going to give it to the running back up the middle. He's going to be tackled after about a 6-yard gain on the draw run.
Devin Jones on that play found the hole pretty quick, playing his foot, and just went straight up that hole.
It's really remarkable to watch him because they get the signal in from the coach, and then they immediately get to the line, make the call on the offensive line to let them know who they're blocking, and then boom, the play is snapped and it's going. Ball is snapped. They're going to hand off to the running back up the middle again. Gets through the first line of defenders and is tackled for a short gain by the linebacker. Is that good enough for a first down, or do they get the –
We're about a yard short. It'll be 3rd and short.
They're moving the ball at will right now, as John Marshall typically does, and they're already back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand off to draw up the middle again, and he's got a lane. 10-5. Oh, he gets tackled by the shoestrings, and they're going to mark him down probably at the 2-yard line. Last-ditch effort for the Southeast defense to make the shoestring tackle. And they got back up to the line of scrimmage. Ball is snapped, and they're going to give it to the running back again, and he is going to be tackled in the backfield for a short loss by the Southeast Spartans. And you're right, Devin Jones is the running back. It's kind of hard to see the numbers this far up, but we will make do. And it's a quick no run offense and no huddle. I'm sorry. Ball is snapped. They're going to hand off to the running back. He's going to get in for a touchdown for John Marshall. That was quick. That was very aggressive on their part.
Yeah, very aggressive downhill attack there with the throws, and the offensive line really opened up some holes for him, especially on that long play right there. That was probably about a 30-yard run there.
And the no-huddle offense just makes it so difficult to get realigned on the defensive part. They're going for 2. They're going to throw it. It's intercepted. And then they're going to mark it down. They're not going to return it for a 2-point conversion or any of that. They're just going to mark the play dead, and then they're going to give the offense to Southeast. And we'll see if they can match the drive that John Marshall just did.
Number 11 on the Southeast there. He read it perfectly. He cut it short on that flat pass out to the right there. He cut underneath it and got his hands on that one.
Yeah, Delvin Jackson, senior cornerback for Southeast, made the play.
Yeah, he did a good job reading the quarterback on that one.
So Southeast is having a little team huddle on the side of the field. John Marshall has already put their defensive players out there. And John Marshall has some really tough guys in the trenches. Jedson Randall, Anthony Reyes. Anthony Reyes, number 79, if you can see him right there in the nose guard. He's about 340 pounds. Really big kid and tough to block. And even if you put 2 offensive linemen on them, that may not be good enough because when he's, fully healthy, he is a force to be reckoned with. Now, Southeast has quite a few freshman players playing on offense, and this is a huge benefit for them to play in this preview series because they need experience, and they need it now because the season starts next year. There's no room for error. I think Coach Kenny Blair of Southeast has really done a terrific job. They had a really tough last year, as everyone did.
Right, yeah.
With the pandemic happening, but they finished 5-6. But I know at least 3 of those games were really, really close and came down to the fourth quarter. So we'll see how their season progresses, but I think the Southeast is pretty good. And they're here in the championship game with this preview tournament. And John Marshall's right there as well. So let's see what Southeast does on offense real quick. Their quarterback is Michael Graham, and they're in a shotgun formation, running back on each side. They're going to fake the run it and bootleg right and throw deep. He's got a man, and it's slightly overthrown, but it was well covered by John Marshall.
Yeah, they had a couple defenders with him. They ran with him. He did find the receiver was a little bit past that last defender there, but to throw not quite needed to pull the string just a tad bit more, get a little bit closer to him.
And I think there was a flag on the play. We'll see what the referee says.
Ineligible man downfield.
Yeah,
I think I saw him touch his hat.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
I think that was the
Ineligible
call.
Receiver, yeah.
So they're going to back it up. It's going to be 2nd and 15, I believe. Clock is just going to keep running. It won't stop until a minute left in the half.
No, so that'll be first 15, no loss of down on that one, just a 5-yard penalty.
They're going to bootleg it to the short side of the field. Pass is complete to number 1 for Southeast.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage there. Not much of a pickup.
And that was Demarion Harris, who Coach Blair was just, harping on before the game started. He has a lot of confidence in that young man. Little undersized, but he has some big play-making ability. And so Southeast is running a similar no-huddle offense, getting the signals from the coaches, and the quarterback relays it to his teammates. 5 wide receivers split.
Empty backfield.
Ball is snapped. Quarterback's running for his life, and then he's tackled, sacked by John Marshall. Is that big 77? I believe it is. Jedson Randall on the tackle. Sophomore defensive lineman for John Marshall. They've really, they didn't have a whole lot of players rushing the football, but it didn't matter. They did pretty good. Okay, the coach is relaying in the play, and my old coach used to say we don't have plays for 3rd and 25, but in some instances like this, you have to. They've got 5 wide receivers split. Looking long cadence. Ball is snapped, and I think we've got a false start on the offensive line. It's either a false start or encroachment. Not sure who it was, but there is another penalty on the play, and the play was stopped and ruled dead.
In an instance like this, Southeast needs to just pick up some positive yards, get a little momentum going, feel good about just a short completed pass or a good run. Just maybe get a little bit of confidence in what they're doing there. Just set themselves up for the next series. Because right now, obviously, a lot of yards they lost, but if they can kind of get feeling good about something, maybe get into some sort of rhythm, it could help them out.
You definitely got to establish, a good rhythm, and this is a different team than we saw, 2 hours ago.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's one of the interesting aspects that the preview tournament plays is you can play 2 games in one day.
Yeah.
Now they're shortened games; they're not full games, but.
So
still,
two of these short games, that kind of adds up to one game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And with a really long halftime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 5 receivers split. Ball is snapped. Quarterback is looking, and he throws deep, and he is overthrown. And, again, that was well covered by the John Marshall secondary. Not a whole lot of room to catch the football. And the quarterback just overthrew it. You don't want to squeeze it in and risk throwing an interception. But there's a lot of young guys for Southeast. A lot of guys that need to gain experience and to get some game time and to learn from these situations.
This is as good as a litmus test as any.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I love the previews tournament every year. I mean, it's a great way to get ready for the season without hurting your team. Record-wise.
Yeah, And that was actually a pretty decent punt by, I believe that was the quarterback just a second ago,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it was kind of a line drive, but it went about 40-plus yards and rolled for about another 10 out of bounds.
So John Marshall is going to get the football back, and Kane Donovan, the quarterback, is running out onto the field. Actually, Coach Horrocks has gathered the troops and talking with them and probably giving them some tips on how to run a better offense this next. I mean, they played really, really good at the beginning of this game, so we'll see if their offensive abilities will continue. They have a lot of playmakers and some really big offensive linemen, and that's a great combination to have.
Well, that and with a veteran quarterback that's a senior, I mean, he knows the system, knows his offensive line well, has that experience of notches in his belt where he feels confident. This isn't anything new to him.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, 6'4", 170. He's got the size to take on the defenders and find the open man. He's overlooking the secondary right now. Shotgun formation. One running back to the right of the quarterback. Two wide receivers on each side of the field, and they've stopped the clock for some reason.
Now there seems to be no help in the back row, and they're all kind of man up. So
ball is snapped. They give it to the running back right up the middle, and the clock has started again. Okay, there we go. And it's going to be for about a 2-yard gain, and that's kind of their offense in a nutshell. It's either go deep over the middle, or it's going to be a draw running play. Now, I have seen them throw reverse passes several times, but I don't think they're going to, get that intricate in this situation. Ball is snapped. It is thrown to the short side of the field and completed to the wide receiver for about a 12-yard gain. That's a first down for John Marshall.
Yeah, the left side, he just took a quick little curl route, just stopped right there. The ball met him right as soon as he turned.
It was well blocked by the offensive line. There was virtually no pressure to Kane Donovan.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time back there for sure. The offensive line's doing their part.
John Marshall's up 6-0 with about 1:20 in this first half. They're overlooking the defense, calling out the cadence. Ball is snapped. Donovan's looking. He's having to bootleg a little bit and then throws incomplete, almost intercepted by Southeast, but I think we have a late hit over here.
Yeah, a little roughing the passer there.
That's going to get called every time. That's going to get called every time.
Yeah, he was staring on that left. There was only one receiver on the left-hand side. He was kind of staring him down. The three on the right-hand side did have a little bit of room, but he was kind of running to the left, looking right, and got himself into a weird position.
It looked like that safety was just reading the eyes of the quarterback and attacked as soon as he threw the ball.
His receiver did try to come back and help him a little bit, but by then he was pretty under stress there with a man right at his feet, and then he obviously got thrown down. So we got a large penalty here.
Yeah, that's going to move him about closer to 20. Yeah, and you know what? Make the mistakes now, because once the season starts, there's really no room for error. And when it comes to unsportsmanlike penalties and late hits, you've got to be careful.
Yeah,
and
button it up.
You got to consider what the repercussions are. It's tough. It is tough at times. So it's going to be a shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field, and they've got one to the short. Got one running back directly behind Donovan. And they are overlooking the defense. I think they're waiting for the call.
Clock stopped at 57 seconds.
Has stopped at 57.
The penalty stopped the clock. So it gives John Marshall time to really get lined up, get organized.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Now we got a huddle with the referees now.
Yeah, they're doing some explaining that we cannot hear.
Got some splaining to do.
So,
we are home for Oklahoma City Blue.
And now I guess one of the receivers is talking with Coach Horrocks. They're going to make an adjustment at the line of scrimmage. 2, 3. God, for a second I kind of thought there was too many men on the on the offensive side, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Southeast has switched up their defensive strategy a little bit for a while. They didn't have anybody over the top. It was just playing that man-to-man. I was waiting for Donovan to be able to notice that and just send somebody along and
go loose. Go long.
Throw over. If there's no help over the top, you might as well just give it a shot like they did first couple passes of the game.
Okay, now we've got I guess it's maybe a false start penalty, but it's on the John Marshall Bears, and they're going to back up. Or they might just be repositioning the football because the chain gang is following them as well. Gang.
Everybody's doing a little bit of a moonwalk right now. We're just walking backwards.
This is different, but this is previews 2021.
Right. Hey, it's preview for the refs too.
That's right.
They got to figure.
They got to get it right too.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Ball is snapped. Donovan's looking to throw over the middle. Complete.
Nice catch.
Right in double coverage.
Yeah, he threaded the needle on that one. He found a short little window. He went up and got it. That was a nice throw and catch.
Good tackle by number 12 for Southeast. I don't have him on my roster. Oh, I'm sorry. Dylan Jackson on the tackle. Ball is snapped. John Marshall's going to complete it to number 7 to the wide side of the field. He has some room to run. Kind of zigs, kind of zags, but he gets the first down.
Mikael Jackson with the catch on that one. He was all alone out there, sitting on that on the 40 right there with nobody within about 10 yards of him.
Yeah, that was a really good misdirection, play-action pass.
I think he was kind of shocked when he caught it. There was nobody near him. He's like, okay, now I can go forward a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the clock has stopped. 23 seconds left. John Marshall's up 6-0, and they kind of taking a little time out. We're going to stay right here and stay tuned for our halftime show, which will be very, very quickly because halftime between or in the preview games, I believe, is only 5 minutes long. So they'll get right back out there and continue playing. But I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, St. Anthony's Hospital, SSM Health.
St. Anthony's Hospital are proud sponsors of OKC CBS Sports Radio 105.3 broadcast. Sometimes after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist. And St. Anthony's Hospital has a great team to get a player back in the game from injury.
Also, our title sponsor for tonight's broadcast is Metro Technology Centers. Metro Tech has hands-on training in medical assisting, culinary arts, and more. And you can earn certifications and licenses taught by industry experts. Metro Technology Centers, they're preparing you for life. Okay, players are back out onto the field. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers split. Kane Donovan is either looking to throw long or he's going to hand off to that running back right in the middle. It's going to be pass. He's looking, and he throws deep to the corner of the end zone. Has a man open, but slightly overthrows it. Incomplete pass. I believe that's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Bears. 17 seconds left in this half. They need to score quickly if they want to put some more points on the board. Southeast is trotting some players out there, made some substitutions, but it's important to line up correctly to defend this high-powered offense. Ball is snapped, corner of the end zone, caught. Incomplete pass. His foot was just barely out of bounds. But it was completed, but it's ruled incomplete, so it's no good. But he caught the ball.
It was caught the ball.
He caught the ball is what I'm trying to say. 11 seconds left in the first half.
Out of bounds, incomplete pass stops the clock. Still sticking with that. We got 4. No, okay, they got sticking with 1 running back there. They like those quads, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they do. They
Still
like
nobody
options.
over the top on that left-hand side. They have those trips on that left-hand side. I'm surprised Donovan hasn't looked over that side. There
Ball
it
is
is.
snapped, and receiver fell as he was trying to adjust to the throw. He had a shot and kind of turned around, started backpedaling, and got caught up, but incomplete pass. Only 6 seconds left in the first half. I'm sure John Marshall's going to try and score a touchdown with a long pass here momentarily.
Why not? It's fourth down. Fourth down, 6 seconds left. What do you got? You got nothing to lose. Go for it.
Exactly. Now, Southeast is bringing 4 defensive linemen. They're going to try and rush the passer as much as they can on this play. Ball is snapped. Donovan's looking to throw. He's got time, and it's long and incomplete. It was well defended by the Southeast Spartans. The clock never ran, so we will see if they want to go to halftime here or if they want to give Southeast a shot on offense here. We will see in a minute.
For the timekeepers too, right?
Hey, it's preseason for everybody. But if you can win this previews tournament, you are the talk of the town going into the season. And it's a great tradition here in the Oklahoma City Metroplex to play in this tournament, and it's a great way to kind of get back into football shape, get back into get your blood flowing and get you ready for the season. And for those that are ready for regular season games, it starts next week, and we're going to be broadcasting the high school game of the week, Owasso versus Edmond Santa Fe, next Friday at Santa Fe Wolves Stadium, and it's going to be a pretty big game. Those are 2 high-quality programs. Santa Fe lost in the state championship game last year. Owasso lost in the semifinals, but actually won the state championship the year before, and they're returning a lot of kids from last year's team. It's going to be a great way to start the season with a big town powerhouse matchup between Edmond Santa Fe and Owasso. So stay tuned in for that. Also, one of our sponsors for tonight is Family Leisure. And if you're looking for deals on pools, patio furniture, grills, and much, much more, visit Family Leisure at 8498 Northwest Expressway or online at okc.familyleisure.com. And we want to thank them for being one of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast.
I tell you what, if you haven't been in there, if you're a nerd like me, I don't know how old you are, but back in the day, I used to play, the stand-up video games,
Yeah, the arcade.
Oh, yeah, the arcade games, your Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
All those games. They have got those in there. The stand-up, they have like hundreds of games all in one thing, and I was in love.
Takes you back.
This takes me back. I got to have one of these. So
yeah.
If you're
surely some of our listeners remember the arcade days, where you just
where there was actually a joystick. And
yeah, exactly. And there was like, there was like 10 to 20 big machines that you play with.
Everything now is you wave or you kick or it's all kind of like some laser pointed
That's right.
or whatever.
That's right.
I like the joystick and some buttons on my hands.
I could, I do the Dance Dance Revolution game. I don't know if you ever seen that. Some of our producers are laughing at me, but I'm being serious. So I don't appreciate the laughter. But yeah, I think Family Leisure has a great selection of all kinds of things there, and foosball tables, all kinds of stuff. You can make sure you check them out, and I want to thank them for being one of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast.
Yes, sir.
So we're in the halftime edition. Let's do this. Let's take a real quick break, and when we come back, we will get this second half started and see if Southeast can have an answer on offense and tie this game up, if not take the lead. We will be right back. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week right here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM.
We are the home for Oklahoma City Blue basketball. Oklahoma City Blue basketball. KINB, CBS Sports Radio, 105.3 FM. Kingfisher, Oklahoma City, a Perry Broadcasting station.
Here's what real gamers have to say about Newcastle Casino.
Yeah, we won 300,000 last year.
You need to be gentle with the machine, and it'll be very nice to you.
Sometimes I hope to pull a rabbit out of my hat.
We won 30 jackpots in 4 months.
Every Friday in August, it's Cash Attack, with your share of 20 grand to be won.
There is no place else. We're going to Newcastle.
There ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
Only at Newcastle Casino.
Timeout over. More football.
Welcome back to the high school game of the week previews championship game. I'm your play-by-play host, Jay Swick, along with my color commentator, Mr. James Knox, and we've got a 6-0 score. John Marshall is leading going into the second half of tonight's preview championship game. Southeast, I believe, is going to be on offense to start the second half and see if they can tie the game, if not take the lead going forward.
Yeah, they had the previous game. They were just lighting it up down the field. I'm anxious to see if they still have some of that left over from the previous game. There's something in reserve because they have made a lot of nice downfield throws. Scored 35 points last game, I think it was, in just 2 quick halves. So maybe I'm trying to see if they've still got something left over from that game.
And I'm sure that Kenny Blair, is, head coach of Southeast, is trying to rally the troops, and he's probably made several adjustments since the last time they possessed the ball. It's going to be interesting to see what they do this series.
Credit John Marshall, though, for being a little stifling on defense.
Absolutely, and John Marshall up front has been pretty good. They had a really big sack earlier in the first half that really stifled whatever momentum Southeast had at the time. I'm really excited about some of the futures for these young kids. They're young, but there is scholarship ability on both sides of the football for both teams, and it's always fun to see where they end up once they graduate high school and going into college.
They'll always remember those Friday night lights, though.
Oh, absolutely. There's really no better place. I mean, with college football becoming what it is, it's so commercialized. It's almost like a business now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you really got to appreciate good quality high school football where they're just playing for the love of the game. Southeast is going to be in shotgun formation, and they're going to have 4 or 5 wide receivers split. They're just trying to decide where they're going to line up right now. 3 of them to the wide side of the field. Quarterback under center. He's going to hand the football off to the running back, and he kind of trips on his offensive line and gets quickly brought down by the John Marshall Bears. It's going to be a short loss, about 2nd and 12, if you ask me. 2nd and 13, actually. Southeast is just struggling to make good progress
right now. They just need a positive yard play.
Absolutely,
positive play. Just get you some positive yards. Get out of this negative here. They need a little something.
So quarterback under center, 1 back in the backfield. I'm sorry, 2 backs in the backfield. Long cadence, trying to draw him off sides. Ball is snapped. They're going to hand off to number 2. He's going to sweep to the left side of the field.
There we go.
And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and we've got a flag. I don't know if that's a late hit. I didn't see a late hit, but we could see some possible unsportsmanlike contact. It's to the far side of the field, so it's kind of difficult from our vantage point. But something occurred. But that was great defensive pressure by John Marshall. They really got to the football and chased him down quickly.
He got around that corner just barely, but it was good enough. He used his speed to get to the outside a little bit, but definitely John Marshall was there to meet him and really negate it from getting much larger than it could have been.
And the referees are kind of talking amongst themselves. I'm sure there might be even multiple penalties. I'm not exactly sure, but the flag was right there at the end of the play. John Marshall's still up 6-0. Southeast trying to tie or take the lead.
Still a lot of talking going on.
And the clock is still running as well. So we'll see what they end up doing. It's going to be a penalty against John Marshall, automatic first down for Southeast, which is really what they need.
Yeah.
What they really need, they needed to return to the drawing board, and let's start from scratch.
Reset.
Get some momentum here.
Yep.
Michael Graham is the starting quarterback for Southeast. He is a freshman. Also, Rodney Fields is a freshman running back that's going to be counted upon heavily this year for the Spartans. Graham is under center. One back in the backfield. They do have a wing. Ball is snapped, and Graham's running for his life. Tried to bootleg it out a little bit right, but John Marshall blitzed and created some pressure on him. He had to get rid of the football. It's an incomplete pass. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Southeast Spartans. Good coverage by John Marshall.
Yep, definitely. And didn't you say Southeast was returning a number of starters, offensive starters from last year?
Yeah, you know, they have a lot of young guys substituting in and out, but according to the Vite magazine, they're returning 11 starters on offense. So they're going to make an adjustment at the line of scrimmage. Is there a timeout?
Oh, we got a flag on the play.
Okay. Could be a false start. Not sure exactly. Okay, they've got encroachment.
John Marshall's starting to shoot themselves in the foot here. They're playing solid defense, but the penalties are going to kind of hurt them.
I'm sure Southeast is saying thank you.
We'll take it.
We'll take anything we can get at this point. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Spartans. I know they're eager to get in the end zone, and if Southeast could somehow come away with the previous championship, that would just boost their morale tremendously going into the season. And that's all you really want, you know, as a football team is to get your players ready to go, and by the time that first game hits, you know, you're running on all cylinders. Graham is under center. He gets the ball, looking to throw. He's got pressure, but dumps it off to the running back. Number 2 goes right, then he turns left, and he's got some room to run.
Gets a block from the quarterback.
Oh, my goodness.
Threw a little shimmy shoulder.
That was well blocked, but also a great cutback by the running back. Number 2 for Southeast. My goodness.
Yeah, he saw a lot of red jerseys and went the other way.
Sophomore Rodney Fields, who you know got a lot of playing time last year as a freshman. Started as a freshman, and he's showing his athletic ability. That's the best play they've had so far today on the offensive side.
Yeah, that was some really good positive yardage right there. It was a short pass, but ended up being a long run for about 15 yards. But
so Southeast was under center. Now they're in the shotgun formation to give Graham a little extra time. Now he fakes the throw, looks to run, and he's going. He's got 5 yards really quick. I think he ended up with 6 or 7. But it's going to be close. Not good enough for a first down, but it's going to be 2nd and 3. 2nd and 4. But they're starting to get a little more.
Yeah, they've had, you know, they were having nothing but negative yards for a while, but now they've had a couple good plays. They're starting to get that mojo going, starting to feel the juice. They're feeling good. That was a nice play by the quarterback there to be able to get out, and he juked it a little bit and got him some positive yardage again. That's what they need.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers set. Graham's overlooking the defense. Long cadence. Ball is snapped, and he's going to quickly throw it to the running back who's going to hit the flats. Great block by their wide receiver. It's going to be close where the ball is marked, and are they going to give him the first down? I think they are.
We'll still be about a yard or 2 short, so we're going to be.
I think not.
Brings up 3rd down now.
Yeah. Okay, 3rd and short, and I guess in pretty much every situation they're going to be going for it, I'm assuming.
Right, why not?
Yeah. Let's see. And John Marshall's just, you know, trotting some guys out there. They're trying to get lined up. They have about 4 guys on the line of scrimmage that are going to be rushing the passer here. And big 79 for John Marshall, 340 pounds are coming right at you. Shotgun formation. Reeling off a long cadence. Ball is snapped. Graham looks to throw. He's got a one-on-one situation outside. Did he catch it?
Nope.
Oh, my goodness. He threw it in the corner of the end zone, and it was dropped. He was open. The ball hit him in the hands.
Yep.
He was not able to reel it in. Southeast wishes they could have done that differently, but it was it was a well-ran play. It just wasn't successful at the end.
He got behind both the defenders. He had to stop a little bit, but the throw still didn't make it there for the defensive backs, but he just couldn't quite hold on to it.
So there's a timeout by Southeast. I think this is a 4th down situation, right?
Yeah, we're 4th down, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna say hello to our sponsors, SSM Health. St. Anthony's. Sometimes after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of sports medicine specialists, and St. Anthony's Hospital has a great team to get a player ready and healthy and to come back from injury. Also, MetroTech is one of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast as well.
Yeah, MetroTech looking for a great career. Metro Technology Centers has training for jobs in high demand. MetroTech has hands-on training in medical assisting, culinary arts, and more. Earn certifications, and licenses taught by industry experts. Metro Technology Centers preparing you for life.
And anything that involves culinary arts, I am a fan of. I am a very, very big fan of all different types of culinary arts, and I'm glad there are places like MetroTech to help people out with that. All right, Southeast, 4th down, shotgun formation, ball is snapped. Graham's looking to go.
Oh, wow. Circle button.
Oh, my. He is Michael. Is this Michael Vick or what?
Wow, what a run.
Ladies and gentlemen, things happen so fast, it's hard to describe it sometimes as a play-by-play announcer, but he goes left, and he caught a big rush from that defensive end, did a little spin, cut through 3 other players upfield, and ends up going to all the way right, gets the first down for a big game. They are in the red zone right now.
Yeah, that was, he had trips right and went to the left, never even looked right. It might have been a designed quarterback draw.
Shotgun formation. Oh, he tried to it was a quick pass.
It was. Nice slant.
Slant by that wide receiver, but overthrown. That wide receiver got in front of the defensive back, so he was open, but Graham just wasn't able to get him the football, just slightly overthrew him.
He had a lot of pressure on him. He had to throw that quick. He knew he was open, so he didn't get quite enough to be able to step into the throw to get it to the location.
If you can give Graham some time, he can be a weapon for you on offense, throwing the football and obviously, as we saw, running the football.
He throws a nice ball.
3 receivers to the short side of the field. They have one guy to the left and then a encroachment on the defensive line. John Marshall's turn of getting penalties.
Yeah,
and actually they've had a couple this series.
This series, they've definitely been shooting themselves in the foot. Now, credit Southeast for definitely getting the momentum going with some really nice plays, but John Marshall not helping at all with some of these silly penalties. Just watch the ball, guys. When it's snapped, that's when you can go.
Shotgun formation, 4 receivers set, 3 to the right side of the field. And we've got another penalty. I think it's encroachment. The cadence for the Southeast quarterback is long and scary, right? Because you just don't know what he's going to bark at. As soon as you get a rhythm to what he's saying, he's going to say something different and get you to jump off sides, in which he has for several times. But apparently it's a false start for Southeast, and that's going to back them up 5 yards.
His cadence can have a negative effect apparently on his own guys.
Yeah, he can work the same way with your offensive line. It shouldn't, because they know when the ball is supposed to be hiked, but it happens from time to time. Shotgun formation. Graham's overlooking the defense, gets the ball. He's got pressure. He's running for his life. Stiff arm, and then a bad tackle. And Coach Jeff Horrocks is really upset because a flag was thrown on the play. Could it be a rough? Could it be a roughing the passer?
It looked to me like it might have been a face mask. The way his head jerked around, it was. But it may have been something else.
He grabbed him, but it looked like the jersey to me.
Okay.
And jerked him. It was a very violent jerk of the jersey. There's no question about it. But I don't know if that's necessarily deserves a flag. But I'm you know.
They picked it up.
Okay. Okay, good.
That's
not often do you see the head coaches throw a fit and then yeah. So here we are. Southeast is trying to tie this football game up right now with a touchdown. They're in the red zone. 4 wide receivers split. Ball is snapped. Graham's looking to throw. Quick pass up the middle. Incomplete. Hit him right in the hands. It was a slant right over the middle. He was wide open, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
That's 2 drop passes now by Southeast
on those slants.
That could have been big plays for him. Obviously, one in the end zone a few plays ago. This slant, he did have some room to run with it. You know, he's feeling pretty bad right now, but he's, you know, what I like, he's not hanging his head right now. I love that about some of these players. They drop a couple passes, they're going to line right back up.
It's hard to get back up. Hard to get back up.
Clear it out of your mind and get back to the next play.
Shotgun formation. 4 receivers split, and we've got another flag. Every referee on the field
a lot
threw
of dirty
the flag.
laundry on the field.
And it is a false start by Southeast. So another advantage for the previews tournament is to tighten up.
Yeah, work out the bugs.
You got to tighten up and be disciplined because we've seen quite a few false starts, encroachments, roughing the passers, pass interference. Shotgun formation. They've got a wide receiver one-on-one outside left, and he's going to him. It is complete. Not good enough for a first down, but they're going to mark him, I believe, at the 6 or the 7 yard line.
That'll turn out to be about 3 or 4 yards short. Brings it to 4th down. Definitely got to go for it. You're down 6, 2 minutes left in the game.
There's no question.
Yeah.
There's no question. You want to win this previews tournament. Okay, shotgun formation. 5 receivers split. 2 to the short side of the field, 3 to the wide. Graham's overlooking the deep. He's got pressure and he bounces to the right, but then he throws it incomplete. Had a couple guys intersecting, but they were open. Couldn't decide which one was the one that was going to make the catch. That was 4th down, so John Marshall's going to take over on offense. Missed opportunity for the Southeast Spartans right there.
Yeah, it looks like there might have been just a little bit of miscommunication. I got it, no, you got it, I got it kind of situation, and ended up nobody got it. But he did it. Graham did a good job, at least getting it in the area of one of his receivers on a kind of having to rush out of some pressure.
It was an opportunity, but I think those wide receivers that were intersecting couldn't decide, hey, is that for me or is that for you?
Yeah.
And ultimately, it was an incomplete pass. So we'll see what John Marshall does on offense with a minute left in the preview championship. They're up 6-0. Ball is snapped. They're going to hand off to the running back. Gets through the first line of defenders and then is brought down by the linebacker for maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, that brings their total so far to around the neighborhood of it's about pretty even with as far as the passing and the rushing stats right now. They're about 40 yards apiece right now for rushing. So it's a very balanced attack so far for John Marshall.
And I'm really excited about their season and their district this year. They've got a lot of winnable games. The ball is snapped, and he need it.
Takes a knee.
I guess that was it. And John Marshall is going to be your 2021 previews champion here at the historic Taft Stadium. Head coach Jeff Horrocks becomes previews champion yet again, and he is now headed over to the other side of the field to shake the hand of Kenny Blair. Both teams have a bright future ahead of them this season. I think that they both got better, and there's certainly enough tape to where they can learn from it and avoid making those mistakes, especially with the flags. Let's take a quick break, and then we will come back with a post-game show with myself and James Knox, and we will give you the Big O's Pork and Dreams Player of the Game, and then preview some of the upcoming games next week to start the season on record and to do it right. So stick with us. We're not going anywhere just yet. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week, sponsored by SSM Health and Metro Technology Centers, right here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM.
Here's what real gamers have to say about Newcastle Casino.
Yeah, we won $300,000 last year.
You need to be gentle with the machine, and it'll be very nice to you.
Sometimes I hope to pull a rabbit out of my hat.
We won 30 jackpots in 4 months.
Every Friday in August, it's Cash Attack, with your share of 20 grand to be won.
There is no place else. We're going to Newcastle.
There ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
Only at Newcastle Casino.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now there are vaccines, and they are the first step that lets us get back to the things we miss most, like spreading the word without spreading concern, girls tripping instead of solo sipping, and talking smack with a side of mac and cheese. It's okay to have questions about COVID-19 vaccines. Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when COVID-19 vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Timeout over. More football.
Welcome back to the High School Game of the Week Previews Championship Game Edition. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Jay Swick, along with my color commentator, Mr. James Knox. And it's been a heck of an evening of football. I know that was a really quick championship game, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. John Marshall is 2021 Previews champion this year, and they've got a bright future ahead. Head coach Jeff Horrocks, I've talked with him at length before the game, and he's super excited about, what's to come, the future of this program. Also spoke with their offensive line coach, Chris Malone, who says, hey, I've got some hog mollies that I'm excited about, and we're going to be strong in the trenches this year.
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Oh, it's the best term.
Yeah,
it's the best term. As a former offensive lineman myself, I prefer that. It's a term of endearment, if you ask me.
Which is kind of a great segue into the player of the game with Big O's Pork and Dreams Barbecue.
There's no better sponsor for player of the game than Big O's Pork and Dreams. And, if you're in the Edmond area, treat yourself to the best barbecue in Oklahoma City. Big O's Pork and Dreams Barbecue, home of the famous Fat Butt. And you're like, what? What is that? No, let me tell you about it. The famous Fat Butt is a loaded baked potato. Your choice of brisket or pulled pork. I'm a pulled pork guy.
Yep.
Then they add butter, cheese, sour cream, baked beans, barbecue sauce, and to top it off, they put spare ribs. So I really don't know of any barbecue item better than the loaded Fat Butt at the loaded Fat Butt baked potato at Big O's Pork and Dreams. Make sure you call them, 405-657-2235, and place your to-go order today. Big O's player of the game, James, who you got?
Man, that's been a toss-up. I really like the poise and the throws that Kane Donovan made. He really was able to connect with some pretty good receivers. The confidence that he displayed in the pocket, the throws and the catches that he made. He was over 40 yards, in a pretty quick game there, which is pretty strong. But then I was a little torn with Devin Jones. He made a heck of a run. The hog mollies, as you said, made a really nice couple holes for him. He got about a 30-yard run down there within the 10-yard line that really gave them the opportunity to score. He didn't get the score. Which is the dilemma I have.
Yeah, so it is, and in such a short game,
don't have a large sample size.
It's really hard. But we will be broadcasting other John Marshall games in the future. One that I'm really excited about is the rivalry they have with Heritage Hall, and that is going to be a very, very big game. But I think you're right, Kane Donovan is probably your player, Big O's Pork and Dreams player of the game. And I'm really excited about the future for both teams. and I'm excited about the football season in general, James. It's going to be really, the football in the state of Oklahoma is loved. It's really taken seriously, and we're going to start with a bang next week. Edmond Santa Fe against Owasso on the Edmond Santa Fe High School campus. So make sure to tune into the broadcast if you don't attend the game, and it's going to be great. And I'm just excited about the talent level that the entire state of Oklahoma has in terms of football. There's so many players year after year getting scholarships to Division I schools.
Great point.
It's really amazing.
And that's last season obviously was hard for everybody, coaches, players. I'm excited for the players, not only to be able to play some games and enjoy their high school career, which a lot of us just didn't have the opportunity, with the past couple of years, and even when I was younger, I wish I had stuck with it. But this is a great time of their lives. They didn't get it quite enjoyed as much last year, but more importantly, this is going to be an opportunity for them to market themselves, like you said, for some scholarships or just some colleges that are looking for those kind of hidden gems somewhere. And I admittedly have not been around Oklahoma high school football until this season, so I'm excited to be able to kind of immerse myself in it and soak it up like a sponge.